Hello, it's time to get acquainted with the wonders of our planet. For you, we have gathered the top of the most beautiful, impressive, and mysterious phenomena of nature in the video. Let's go! This video allows you to feel the incredible power of Hurricane Ida, which hit Louisiana in 2021.
We're getting close to the eye right now. We're starting to lose on the roof. It's unbelievable. You got this tractor trailer that's coming. Tractor trailer right here. Oh.
A family couple from Laros knew about the proximity of the element, but it was simply impossible to be ready for it. The wind was getting stronger and stronger until it lifted 18 tons from the ground. It is enough to boil 1,000 teacups of water or cut one tree. This strange moving tree was noticed in Canada after a heavy rain.
You're hoping? You're hoping?
The birds, gathering in a flock, move like a single whole. Amazing synchrony. Now, biologists have a version that the bird's flock behavior is associated with a special way of analyzing information, which is called the search tree. Using this algorithm, they, for example, understand in which direction it is better to migrate. It looks like an artistic performance, doesn't it? In fact, these amazing feeding techniques are only typical for humpback whales. The whole secret is that whales use a kind of air bubble network in the thickness of the water. These circles or spirals of foam surround flocks of fish and make them convenient prey. In addition, these animals are capable of complex joint actions during such a load, which makes them even more effective hunters. And a successful hunt is necessary for a whale, because its stomach can hold 500 to 600 kilograms of food. In the world, such fantastic situations happen that it is difficult to believe that this is only a game of chance. This scene took place in the port of Gdansk, Poland. Powerful gusts of wind led to the movement of a large port crane, which accelerated the scenario and fell into the water in an epic way. The south of Spain is considered a dry place, but there are also storms that turn the streets into raging mountain rivers. Thanks to this video, you can understand the scale of the forces that are involved in earthquakes. The powerful 7-point push that occurred on the coast of Spain on March 11, 2011 caused a strong tsunami, which led to massive destruction. And on these shots from the city of Santa Cruz in California is echoes. Just imagine, the energy of this wave has passed more than 7,000 kilometers through the entire Pacific Ocean. The coast of Laui in Switzerland is known for its violent temperament during floods. Therefore, numerous barriers for such garbage as these logs are installed on it, and the shores of Laui are securely fortified with stone. A very sad sight. Old and mighty olive trees are burning out from the inside. Most likely they were set on fire on purpose, but with a good purpose. The fact is that the populations of olive trees are dying out. It is threatened by bacteria, which were called the killers of olive groves. Only in Italy, millions of plants died due to infection. This strain is rapidly spreading with the help of insects, which transfer the infection from one tree to another. If the tree is already infected, it must be destroyed, and it is often necessary to burn a group of nearby growing trees. Of curiosity to look into this cave and accidentally disturb them. The eruptions of the volcanoes tell us about the ancient past of the Earth, when its entire surface was engulfed in fire. This amazing rainbow, which is also called the fire one, is a rare species of gallo. In order for it to appear, flat hexagonal ice crystals must be placed horizontally in the clouds. When the sun bakes so strongly, you think about the fact that we use this energy too. Why not start, for example, with the preparation of steaks? If a person disappears, and the earth will quickly take everything in its hand. In these moments, you understand how fragile our civilization remains against the background of the might of nature. Either everything was carefully calculated here, or the car was incredibly lucky. This is why it is better to stay at home in bad weather. You never know what the sudden gust of wind will do. There are different reasons why fish are thrown out to the shore. One of them is dolphins. Hunters press a flock of fish with a catfish, and if there is a gust of wind at this time, the fish is simply pushed out onto the land. An incredibly beautiful landing on the coast of the Atlantic in Portugal. This place is also called the Mouth of the Devil. This lake in Oregon is called the Lost Lake, and there is no better name for it. It is located in a natural park in the Cascade Mountains near the Jefferson volcano, and every year experiences an amazing metamorphosis. In winter, the streams fill this mountain pool, making the lake full of water. But in the spring, almost all the water flows into this 2-meter hole, and the lake is full of water. The lake is located near the beach, and when the waves are too strong, they disappear. The lake is a unique terrain with volcanic origin. The bottom of the lake has narrow streams, so-called lava tubes. When there is a lot of water, the water is flooded, and the water rises higher. When the streams stop feeding the lake, all the water goes into these natural tunnels. This is an ordinary tree, but it is at least not alive. The mystery of how this tree remains alive, almost losing its connection with its roots.
Just leave them floating. What the hell, people?
Few things cause as much tremor as the majestic movement of an avalanche, such as this in the town of Leukerbad in the Alps. The avalanche speed can exceed 20 meters per second, and the mass can reach tens and even hundreds of meters. It is not surprising that in avalanche-dangerous regions there are special institutions, such as the American Avalanche Association. This is the chasm of the Perito Moreno Glacier. Here you can clearly see the emergence of picturesque waves. Sometimes nature gives us incredible gifts. We can see that this anomaly occurred on the River M in the famous Emmental Valley in Switzerland. The reason is a sudden change in weather. At first, a prolonged drought caused the river to dry out, and then rainstorms began. When the soil of the river is dry, it absorbs less water. So M left the shores and collected a handful of wooden debris that had accumulated over the years. The Selai River is one of the most dangerous and unpredictable phenomena in the mountainous regions. Waterfalls like this are often observed during tributary floods. The scary waterfalls arise due to the relief and the confluence of water flows with different pressure. Grandiose view. A sandstorm is approaching the city of Aswan in Egypt. The mass of sand and smaller particles during large sandstorms can reach millions of tons. Did you know that sandstorms travel even across the ocean from the Sahara to the Cantile Islands? Thanks to the Minnesota River, the famous Wooden Hill Renegade in the Valley Fair amusement park has become a surreal artifact. Amazing picture. That's why the house on the very bank of the river is a risky idea. Even if there was no flooding for 100 years, it doesn't mean that it won't happen tomorrow. Perhaps this is the most frightening thing about climbing. You never know when it will stop. The owner of this car needs a personal weather forecast. A hail is a common phenomenon as long as its size is within the norm. Otherwise, it is just a natural disaster. By the way, in the old days, they noticed that hail stops loud noises. So at the beginning of hail, they shot from a cannon and rang the bells.
I've ever been in. I've been in some bad ones.
It happens that hail strikes not by the size of hail, but by the volume of the ice mass.
Float on the street. This is the road to the Blue Lagoon. And the new lava flow over the road. Look at that. And they rebuild new road. That's the road to the Blue Lagoon. It's close. Up in lava field. No problem.
Perhaps this is the case when you have to rebuild the road. The 12-meter-long section on the North Carolina highway turned out to be completely blurred. The situation was caused by the unprecedented rain, when in a short time there were more than 10 centimeters of precipitation. The local rivers began to spill, first flooding the beaver dams and then destroying the waterway pipes. All this caused a domino effect, and the harmless stream turned into a powerful stream which sent its waters to the road. The Tystel Place in Norway is located on a narrow section of land between high rocks and a long Hardanger fjord. It is an incredibly beautiful place, but when it is restless in the mountains, as during this rockfall, it becomes very disturbing here. The avalanche covers the road that connects Switzerland and Italy. That is why winter in the mountains is a damn unpredictable time.
Dera isolata.